guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Remember, sinabi po ni conservative leader Pierre Poilievre na dapat ang nangyayari daw ay mas maraming mga tao sa Canada ang umaalis kesa sa pumapasok. Okay, yan ang gusto nilang makita. Well, you know what it turns out? According to this latest data from Statistics Canada, gano'n na ang nangyayari pala, no? Sige, ipi-play ko muna ulit yung statement ni Pierre Poilievre, okay? Ito po yan.
Last quarter, there were more deaths than births. So what I am referring to is migration, net migration. We have millions of people whose permits will expire over the next couple of years, and many of them will leave. We need to ensure that more leave than come in over the next couple of years while we catch up. Well, housing, healthcare, and jobs can catch up.
Okay, sige. I will just end it there. You know, I've played this soundbite so many times na dito sa ating channel. Ngayon, puntahan po natin itong latest data from Statistics Canada. Nito lang, last week lang po siya nilabas. Hindi ko siguro lang agad nakita kasi nung nire-report po ito ng media outlets, the reports focused on the general population of Canada. But for this episode, gusto ko mag-focus sa sa population ng temporary residents that are, you know, moving out and coming in of Canada. O, sige, puntahan po natin yan, ano. Medyo nakakalito guys because this is a chart, a table of numbers. Okay, tignan niyo po ito. September 24, lumabas ito. Estimates of the components of international migration quarterly. Alam niyo po ba? Ito yan, okay? Dami, no? Kinategorize sa immigrants, net immigration, immigrants, returning immigrants, net temporary immigration. Pero dito tayo sa last two lines. Last three pala. Itong net non-permanent residents. Yan. Tapos yung inflows ng mga non-permanent residents at outflows nung non-permanent residents. Alam niya ba for the first half of 2025, ito po yan, no? First quarter and second quarter of 2025. Look at the numbers. Ito, yan. Kapag inad po yan, yan ay mahigit 370,000 non-permanent residents na umalis. Ito po yan, no? Outflows. I-click ko yung ibig sabihin nito, no? Just to be clear. This is the number of work and study permit holders leaving Canada along with their family members who are not Canadian citizens or landed immigrants. So this clearly refers to temporary residents. Okay. Siyempre, hindi po naka-indicate dito ano ang mga dahilan kung bakit sila umaalis. But I would just make an educated guess and, you know, assume na ito po siguro yung mga hindi nakahanap ng, you know, PR pathway o talagang nag-decide na ayaw na namin sa Canada, umalis na po sila. Okay. Outflows po more than 370,000 in 2025 so far. Iba pa po yan sa bilang ng umalis noong 2024. Naku, wala na pala yung first quarter of 2024 dito, no? Tignan nyo, no? Sige, i-compute lang po natin yung last 3 quarters ng 2024. Ito po din ang mga bilang ng umalis. Naku po, hindi ko na-calculate ito earlier, but okay, 114, 160 plus 160, 320 plus 114, ano ba? Sabihin mo ng mahigit 400,000 ang umalis po from April to December 2024. Ngayon, meron tayong ipo-point out. Siyempre guys, ito po yung mga umaalis. Let us not forget, marami pa rin po ang pumapasok. Okay. Kung titignan po yung datos mula noong 2024, it appears na last year, mas maraming pumasok dumating sa Canada kesa sa umalis. But the trend appears to be changing in 2025 dahil kung ikukumpara ninyo yung bilang ng mga dumating, ito po yan, yung inflows ng temporary residents. Teka, taas ko ng konti. Clearly, mas konti po yung dumating. Ito po yan, no? Itong last 4. Tingnan nyo. Ano ba yan? Sorry, teka muna. Hirap i-highlight. Ito po yung bilang ng mga pumasok noong 2025. 115,000 plus 140,000, that is 255, more than 260,000 ang dumating. Compared to, again, yung lumabas, more than 370,000. Okay, ito po yan. Actually, nakomputan nila dito, no? So, nitong second quarter ng 2025, ang net bale, no? So, ang difference po niyan, ayan, minus 58,000 noong second quarter of 2025. At noong first quarter of 2025, neto ay 55,194. Okay, tignan nyo itong sa 2024. Mas marami pa rin yung dumating by more than 100,000 in some quarters in 2024. So I guess clearly, the policy changes, okay, the tightening of rules, ito na po ang nagiging resulta niyan. Siyempre, we can't expect it naman talaga na mangyari ito, no, na inasnap. Nung in-announce, nag-take effect nitong buwan na to, the following month, makikita natin, hindi po ganoon ang nangyayari, no? And kung titingnan niyo yung trend, nung first quarter and second quarter 2025, tumataas ng konti, no? Tumaas ng konti rather, yung bilang ng neto na umaalis. Okay? What do you think about this, no? I guess this is, in a way, ito ang gustong mangyari naman talaga ng Canada, so I am not surprised by this. But of course, let us not forget, this only tackles the movement of people. Okay, meron pa rin, this does not tackle the total number of the non-permanent resident population in Canada. So ayun, dapat siguro i-highlight ng ng IRCC ngayon kasi alam sa totoo lang kung titignan mo tong data na to, diba? Parang ang hirap mag-e-effort ka talaga para intindihin ito. And as I mentioned earlier, although this was reported by news outfits, nag-focus po sila sa total population ng Canada, which by the way, hardly grew, no? Parang tingnan nyo, I found this report. Yan, halimbawa, ganito siya ni-report ng CBC News. Canada's population growth almost flat in second quarter as number of non-permanent residents declines. Population growth ng Canada, no? Parang zero growth yata Ay, hindi, Tumaas lang daw ng 0.1% mula April 1 and July 1 of 2024. Ang nadagdag daw sa total population ng Canada ay mahigit 47,000 people. So, I can just imagine this would be, in a way, good news for those who feel na masyado na maraming tao dito, kailangan daw mag-isap ng konti. Yung pagpasok ng mga new immigrants, at least, sabi nga, no, para makahinga ng konti yung available resources ng Canada, pagdating sa health facilities, housing, kailangan nga daw mag-catch up para yung serbisyo ay bumuti. Matagal na po talaga nagrereklamo na sa sobrang dami nga kasing tao po daw dito sa Canada, talagang naghihingalo ng husto, lalo na ang healthcare sector dito, yung health services. Talagang ang pahaba, patagal ang waiting time. For example, if you need to see a specialist, if you are going to schedule a surgery. So, isa po sa mga sinisisi dyan ay yung dami ng bilang ng tao. Okay, but anyway, let me refer to you to this other article. Ito po. This is how that data was reported by Narcity, actually, pero published din sa Yahoo News, Sabi dito, more Canadians are fleeing the country than ever. Okay, more people leaving the country than ever. Ito naman po, Kasama dito yung talaga mga Canadians, no? Sinasabi na hindi lang mga temporary residents ang umaalis dito, pati mga Canadians ayaw na nila daw. Dumadami daw yung mga naghahanap ng greener pasture in other countries. Okay. Ayan, no? Canadians are leaving the country in record numbers and the departures just keep climbing. Ayan. All-time high daw yung mga bilang ng mga umaalis, with over 118,000 residents choosing to pack up and leave. In the first 6 months of this year, 54,000 people left the country, the most ever recorded in that time frame. At anong probinsya ang ang nakitaan ng pinakamaraming mga taong umalis? Well, sabi po dito, British Columbia. So, its highest ever second quarter emigration this year. At ano lang daw to, continuation ng trend na nakita nila, nag-umpisa in 2024. Okay. Parang nakaalala ko, nakakita ako ng report na marami daw mga residente ng BC yata. Also, maliban sa umaalis siguro ng bansa mismo, according to this report, lumilipat din ang probinsya, diba? Where it is cheaper. For example, many of them, I believe, have moved to Alberta, diba? Ayan, marami din daw guys, umaalis galing Ontario, sabi dito. Ontario continues to be the top source of Canadian immigrants overall, and this shouldn't come as a surprise dahil ito naman po talaga ang probinsyang may pinakamaraming tao. Okay, the one with the biggest population. Ayan, ang Alberta naman daw, nagsuslow down yung bilang ng mga umaalis, o diba? Kasi nga siguro it has the impression, many feel that Alberta has lower cost of living, kaya siguro mas kahit papano nananatili dyan yung mga tao. I will end this episode here. I look forward to reading your comments. Ramdam nyo ba ang bilang? Ramdam nyo ba ang lumiliit na populasyon ng mga students at workers? Okay, so put them down there in the comment section. See you guys in the next one. Bye!